Seems like a magic trick. People who have missing teeth suddenly have teeth reappear. The space was there and now it's gone. And instead, there's a beautiful smile. But how? Dentist Steve Marsh is here to reveal how this nearly not so magical magic is performed. So welcome back to the show.
Thanks so much, Lori.
So how does that happen? The teeth are gone and now you have a nice smile.
Well, that's one of the beauties of dentistry. We can do it with a number of different methods, whether it's a bridge, we can do it with partials, dentures, and implants.
Ooh, what's the difference between all of that?
Well, I thought the best way was to use some props to show you.
Yeah, it seems like it.
So if somebody's missing, for example, back teeth, oftentimes we'll do a partial denture. And I'm going to hold them up in front of me. This is sort of old school with metal, and the other are these new Flexite ones that are very flexible and very light. I'm going to give them to you just to hold for a second.
Oh, yeah.
Quite
Big
a
difference
difference. Quite
there,
a
yes.
difference. So let's talk when somebody's missing all their teeth. So we know about upper dentures. They stay in pretty well because of suction. But a lower denture never stays in very well. You'll hear a lot of complaints. So that's where oftentimes, and I'm going to hold this model up, this is a model that shows actually 4 implants. So the 4 implants are placed in the bone in the jaw, and then the denture, and I'll show you the back side, has snaps.
Oh.
And the denture can then snap in, and then most people say, oh my gosh, I feel like I have my teeth again. So again, dentures and implants. And sometimes, Lori, we have single tooth implants. You mentioned that.
Right.
Many teeth, one tooth. So this is, again, a model. There's an implant that's placed in the bone. That's done by a surgeon generally, or an oral surgeon or periodontist. And then there's a tooth, a crown that goes in, and I'm going to try and tilt it down. Hopefully it doesn't fall out. So there's an implant that's placed by a surgeon, and then a post, and then an implant crown that goes over the top, and that's how we're able to complete it. Oftentimes we hear on TV,
right.
Get
it in a day.
You get it in a day, but there are lots of appointments to get to that day. And then on that day, oftentimes you'll see multiple implants are placed, and then a denture is made that either screws in or snaps in. But when they say teeth in a day, it's not teeth. It's actually a denture that gets screwed into the implants.
Oh, okay.
The beauty is we're able to do it.
So you got some pictures of how this all kind of is done, right?
Yeah, and I'm going to show you patients of mine who can exhibit these different properties. So this is a patient who was missing back teeth. I mentioned a bridge. This patient still had 3 or 4 teeth of their own, and we were able to then make a bridge that's all porcelain. That's as if you've had a number of, in this case, 5 porcelain teeth splinted together, 5 porcelain crowns. It's one piece, and as long as we still have a little bit of what we call an abutment left, we're able to then place it, bond that in, and then the patient has what feels like their own teeth. And essentially, we've only corrected the top. Well, not always do we have those teeth. And this is a patient of mine who had lost 3 or 4 teeth on their lower right, viewers left. Those are implant abutments. Remember I talked about that post that goes into the bone, that's the surgery. Then this post on top, and then crowns are placed on then. Again, those are bonded on. Very similar to the first one. In the first one we used natural teeth, and here we used implants and teeth. I mentioned about dentures that snap on. This is a patient who has a beautiful upper denture that we did when she lost her uppers. She has, in this case, 3 implants. She then has the denture that I talked about that snaps in, and there's her after picture. She said, again, it feels almost like she had her own teeth again, and she suffered for a long time without them. And lastly, this is a patient who had multiple implants. He had, as you can see in the front, 3 of his own teeth left. And those are all implants with then the post put on them. Again, you can't see the actual implant, but that is the post that we then put the crowns on. The during shows it in the lab, and we should have a final case that comes up with.
Yeah, looks real.
What were you going to say? Unbelievable.
Yes, definitely.
So those are crowns that were all placed, 3 on his natural teeth and the rest on the implant. It's interesting, he was in his mid-70s, his girlfriend brought him in, she said, I want him to have a smile again, he's been fooling around with these partials, and now he said he feels like he's complete again, and she loves looking at him. So it's a winner on every basis.
Yeah. Great stories from your patients.
Thank you.
And see, there's no magic trick, it's just tried and true tricks of the dental trade. But the result is the same, a beautiful smile appears. Want Steve to work his magic, remaking your mouth? Use the information that's coming up next.
See what Dr. Stephen Marsh can do for your smile by calling 440-461-1003 or visit www.clevelandsmiles.com. Next,